I've got my multiple choice there at the top. Please try it. You've got a 50-50 to have it right, because they give you 2 words. So, the what report gives an explanation of the operations of the company. Who's in charge of the operations? The directors. Okay. The what auditor? So, independent auditor is your external auditor. It's your CA. Internal auditor is the guy working for the company, being paid a salary by the company. So which one is responsible for monitoring the financial control measures of a company on a regular basis? It's the internal. The independent comes in once a year. Okay. And please, don't give a reason. Internal control is have more external audits, because it costs a lot of money. You don't want to do that. Okay. In the event of bankruptcy, the shareholders are normally not responsible for the debts of the business. That's why we call it limited. Ne? This is because of, limited liability. Okay. So, what are they going to lose? Nothing. Of course they're going to lose. They're going to lose the money that they invested, because those shares are now worth nothing. But they're not going to come to their house and repossess their car. Okay. So, the financial year ends 28 February. Calculate. Interrupting me.
Oh, wow.
So, I see here. They say calculate. Now, because they say calculate, you are free of forms. Ne? They are literally just going to mark the numbers. So calculate the income tax paid. So income tax paid, I draw a T for SARS, and I have an opening and a closing and a bank and an income tax. Receivable and payable, receivable and payable. Okay, now let's see. What do they give me? If I look at the income statement, can you see they don't give me income tax, but they give me before and after net profits. Ne? So I take the difference between the two, and that would be what? Anybody? 5, 3, 1. Thank you. So, yeah, you are very funny today. So let's just go on. So we go to such income tax. Can you see now? They don't have a debit and credit. What do we do now? Now we go look. We go look, is it classified under receivables or payables? And you can see both of them is under liabilities, payables. So both of them will be a payable, meaning the 69.3 goes here, and the 340, the 19.8, sorry, the 19.8 goes here, and now I just balance. And there's 4 ticks. Then I have dividends paid, so I'm looking for the opening of shareholders, and I need the interim. So do they give me? And if I look here at dividends, they say an interim dividend was paid, and I'm like, what? But then I read further, and they give me a final dividend was declared. And what do I know? Where do I find the final dividend? Oh, it's the closing balance of my shareholders for dividends. That is my final dividend. And then I see they give me total dividends. So I know that 835 less the final of 340 is going to give me the interim. And how much is the interim then? Okay, so I just add those two. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next one. What is the amount? 200, 500. Okay. So, if I continue, can I just tell you something? Okay, cash effects of financing activities. Please pay attention. So, I have financing. Don't confuse this with investing. Investing is fixed assets. Financing is shares. So it's issue shares, buy back shares, increase, decrease loan. Buy shares, increase, decrease loan. And the decrease is a bracket. Okay? So now let's go look. What do they tell me about my shares? They tell me there. Can you see they are actually giving you a what? A note. Right? They are giving you the note. So they tell you how many shares are in issue. Right? So the start of the year, 1650. Then can you see the additional shares? They do not tell you the rand value, so you can't calculate it. Okay? So now let's go read. They give me here ordinary share capital. So we start out with 11,220,000 and we end with 9,555,000. They say I repurchased at 950. That's the total price. Meaning, if I go and write it in here, I'm going to see, oh, I repurchased 335 times 950. How do I know it's the total price? Because they don't say average. And they don't say above average. They say we repurchased it at 950. Okay? Now, I want the average to get this one. Why do I want to do that? Oh, because they didn't give me the issue one. I need to reverse. You guys see that? So, I'm going to immediately save time and rewrite the calculations here. Because can you see this counts 11 marks. So I want to make sure to get each one. So I'm going to start with the 9,555. I'm going to add back what I repurchased. And that repurchase, I'm somehow going to calculate here. What is the average price? The average price would be that 9,555 divided the shares in issue, the 1,365. And what is the average price then? 0.7. What? 7.7. 7 rand. Okay. Because they times with 100. That's how they get 7. So that's 7 times 335 gives me my repurchase of how much? Average. 2,345,000. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract the opening balance, the 11,220,000, and now you can see, oh my goodness, I've gone over this. But it's okay. Markers aren't stupid. They can see that this is a calculation. But if you think they are, just draw a little thing around it. Ne? Please just don't highlight. Okay, so what do I get? My shares that was issued.
680,000.
And can you see I can still fit it in there? Right? If you have that right, you're going to get your full marks. For this, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks. This one, you're going to bracket and you'll get 2 ticks. How much is that? 500. Okay. So So already I've got 7 marks, so I think it's actually going to count more. It will most probably be 1, 2, 3. So then we've got 8 marks. This will only be 2, so that's most probably going to count 3 marks, calculating that average. Okay. Can you guys see why it's important to show your calculation? Okay, so now let's look at the loan. They do not give me the closing for loan. Oh, aren't we the lucky ones? So it's going to count more marks. So now let's see. Oh, they give me information about the loan here. Can you see? A lot of you, when you've done question 1, you're very happy because there's nothing big on loan. But then comes question 2 and then they test the loan. Okay. So they give me the opening. So I need to find out what is the closing. So I do the opening and a closing and a bank and the interest on loan. Opening 2080. Oh, that's the bank, I know. It's the end of the day. Okay, monthly installment is the 35 times 12, and that's going to give me what? 420. Okay, interest is 270. I balance on closing, which gives me what? 1930. Okay, so how much did I pay back? 120. Now I want to ask you, is there another way that you can actually do this, which is quicker? Okay, how? I what? Emmanuel, what do I do? No.
Your bank and interest.
My bank and my interest. Remember this bank, this 420, ne, is what I pay on the loan, ne, and the interest. What do I want to show here? What I pay on the loan. So, and they did give me the interest. So if I say 420 less 270, I'm also going to get 150. Okay. So this gives me a payout 150. Ne? And then 680 less gives me positive. How much? 265.
I got a negative. 265, 2500.
265?
265, 2500.
No, that's impossible.
What wasn't it double?
No. So let's quickly, what is this? No,